Next, please.
So this is a question from Brother Muhammad Al-Jabi from Poland.
Naim?
Yes, Muhammad Naim.
That's right, yes, I know.
He said, in his question said, قال يولد المولود على الفطرة فأبواه يمجسانه أو يهودانه أو ينصرانه. He wants to know the meaning of fitra in the light of the Holy Quran and in the light of this hadith.
فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها لا تبديل لخلق الله is the principal verse which guides the whole issue of fitra and how man is made. Some commentators and translators have translated this verse in a slightly different way. Fitrat Allah allati fatara an-nas alayha. By fitra, they understand the creative power of God. Allazi fatara an-nas alayha, they twist the meaning slightly to suit the first statement by saying that this means that God has the creative power, and according to His creative power, He has created the humans and everything. The humans, not everything, the humans. Why they want to avoid this is that they want to escape the criticism. Why they want to avoid the obvious, evident meaning, I mean? They do it only because they want to escape the criticism that if God has created humans according to His nature, God cannot commit faults, God cannot sin, God cannot do that, and that which is unworthy of His majesty. So how could humans do that? See? So we can't be like gods. We're not like gods. This is the underlying reason why they translate this verse in a different way than apparently it should be translated. But we also have a similar statement in the New Testament, whereby we understand that God has created humans according to His own shape or whatever He is, His own nature. And every man is created in the nature of God. So two different statements of divine scriptures tally and coincide with each other perfectly. I see no difficulty at all in translating it in its apparent sense, because this, whatever difficulty we might have confronted, is already resolved by Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the hadith which has been quoted. Read them together and no difficulty is left whatsoever. Fitrat Allah allati fatara an-nas alayha means, like God's attributes are free from fault and free from defects, and they are not biased in the wrong directions at all. They are perfectly balanced. So every child which is born in the image of innocence. It has no evil intentions, no evil mechanism within him which he inherits, and then because of that mechanism, he is compelled to do evil. The Quran denies that. It says all the human qualities are created so that man could imitate God. God can also be angry, but his anger is rightly placed and never misdirected. So God can punish people and take revenge but only when this is the dictate of absolute justice, not otherwise. So all these things which man has turned to evil later on are imprinted in his nature with a good purpose and to make him closer to God, to help him come closer to God if he so wants. So his nature is pure. This is very important to understand because the Pauline understanding of Christianity and religion is completely at odds with this, because according to the Pauline or Pauline understanding, man is born sinful because he inherited sin from Adam. So no child is born innocent. So no child is capable of becoming good because he is born with sin in his nature. So these two statements contradict each other and stand at odds with each other, and the Holy Quran is supported clearly by the statement of Jesus Christ himself. So I'm amazed how St. Paul's disciples and most of the Christians in the world today, a very large majority among them, are the disciples of St. Paul, whether they are Catholics or not. Disciples in the sense that their understanding of Christian philosophy is based on Pauline philosophy. The inherited sin and atonement and everything is basically that, only they don't accept the authority of the Pope over the entire world of Christianity. That's a major difference. Now, coming back to the subject of nature of God, I have explained that the nature of God is good only if it is perfectly balanced. And it is perfectly balanced. Otherwise, revenge or anger, when they are misplaced, they are not good. So there is no objection against humans being born in the nature of God, because at their birth they are balanced. There is no evil in them. The Hadith of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam solves this problem for us so perfectly that after that no question is left to be answered. He says, فَأَبَوَاهُ كُلُّ مَوْلُودٍ يُولَدُ عَلَى الْفِطْرَةِ. Which fitrat? Fitrat Allah allati fatara an-nas alayha. فَأَبَوَاهُ يُجَوِّز, you know what's Majus, huh? First is Yujawwisanihi or what is it? Yumajjisanihi or Yuhawwidanihi or Yunassiranihi. So it is the parents and their upbringing which tilts the balance in the nature. And they have the power to tilt the balance to such a degree that they can make anything out of them. They teach them Judaism in a manner right from the childhood, that the child, being innocent, does not know much about right and wrong, although his original nature is balanced. So they teach him Judaism in a manner that he grows believing in Judaic values. Then the Christians upraise their children in a manner that without ever questioning the validity of their beliefs and doctrines, the child grows in an atmosphere believing all that from the childhood. So he can be turned into a Majusi, while the difference between the three is very evident and obvious. So what the message is that the fault of creating imbalance in perfectly poised human nature lies not with the Creator, but the parents who fail to discharge their responsibilities towards their offsprings. Clear? I hope so. The one part which needs further explanation is the last bit, La tabdila li khalqillah. If it means that the fitrat on which humans are created, even when they grow old, they cannot contradict the natural dictates, and they cannot move away from the path that the nature has set for them, then this verse will prove to be false. Because the hadith tells us, فَأَبَوَاهُ يُمَجِّسَانِهِ وَيُهْوِدَانِهِ وَيُنَصِّرَانِهِ. So, لَا تَبْدِيلَ لِخَلْقِ اللَّهِ must be understood properly. Otherwise it will create problems and contradictions. This is not what is meant. That this nature on which man is created cannot be interfered with, because that is not tabdeel al-khalq. This means that every child will continue to be born innocent, and no sin of Adam or no other such accident will malign his character of birth and make him a criminal at birth. So, La tabdila li khalqillah means this is a set course which ever since the creation of humankind will continue to be so till the end of the days, till the end of the time. All children will be innocent. Now this is a fantastic declaration. It's so wonderful. If you go into the depth of this declaration, then you will know what a wonderful message for the mankind. The children who are illegitimate, they are no exception from this law. They are also born innocent. They will not be punished for the sins of their parents, nor the sins of their parents have the capability to sink into their genes. Otherwise, the sin of Adam would have made everybody sinful. So this restores the honor of every child, even if born under very suspicious circumstances. So this verse came to my help when I was questioned by a Bosnian lady who was suffering so much for the reason that she was raped and she bore a child. And many such ladies, amounting to say more than 50,000 innocent girls, are on record to have been raped and made pregnant intentionally. So she used to cry herself out and was worried to death of what would happen to her child. Should she have abortion? Or what should she do? Because she didn't want to give birth to a child who will go to hell because he is illegitimate. So I answered her in two ways. Number one, that you are not at all responsible for this crime. You are an innocent partner of a sinful person. So your innocence would stand guarantee over your child that he should not be punished, because his punishment will be your punishment. And you can't separate one from the other. But the main stress and the central reason, argument which I presented was this, that kullu mawludin yuladu ala al-fitrat. So where is the exception? Every child, according to the Holy Quran, La tabdila li khalqillah. This will not change under any circumstances. be it Bosnia or Saudi Arabia where the children are born, or America or Russia, they still will be born innocent. Whether they're born to a Christian house or to a Jewish house or to a Muslim house, won't make any difference. So the honor of the child or the children is restored in the Holy Quran in a fantastic way. See? And the crime of those who change such innocent children to such criminals, as we find in the world today, that's enormous. Now you know the impact of this verse, how wonderful it is and how large an area of human interest it covers. Please.